The following segment is sponsored by Eastern Title and Settlement and the Mortgage Link. Well, many real estate decisions are driven by major life changes, often summed up as the 5 Ds. That's death, divorce, downsizing, debt, and departure. And here to help us navigate any of these situations, we have Luke Fleck of Eastern Title and Settlement, Jessica Chechviej from Hagen Realty, along with Carrie Reel from the Mortgage Link, who also has our deal of the day. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course. We'd love to start with that deal of the day.
Yeah, thanks for having us here, Elaine. Well, for the deal of the day, for the first 15 callers, we're going to provide a $650 appraisal credit. That's going to be good for up to 90 days for purchases and refinances. And then moving on to the next one, we have our QR code for any homeowners that want to find out the value of their property. Just click on the QR code, add some information in there. And if you're a buyer, you can do the same thing. We can get you set up with some home sales in the area.
All right, you
Satisfy
certainly make
some
it
curiosity.
Yeah, you make it very easy with the QR code.
That part is easy.
Yeah,
yes.
So just click that. That's the first thing to do to get started.
Yeah.
All right, Jess, we'd love to know about these major life changes that often predicate a move. Talk to us about that.
So I call it the 5 Ds. I actually got this idea from an agent in Georgia. I'm a big fan. Her name is Glenda Baker. She's an Atlanta, Georgia realtor. And I thought it was just a smart way to kind of make the reason behind whether somebody decides to buy or sell simple to understand, other than just the investment aspect.
Right.
So.
It does make a lot of sense.
Yeah, usually it's going to be somebody passes away, somebody gets a divorce, also gets married, has a kid, diamonds and diapers.
Yep, someone's downsizing.
Downsizing.
Right? Yeah. Talk to us about. I'm curious about the divorce because that can get a little tricky, right?
Yeah.
That's more complicated type. How can a realtor help navigate through that? It gets emotional.
There are a lot of emotional aspects involved with it, and it takes a lot of patience and understanding, and a lot of support for the party that you're representing. And both of them might not be getting along very well, so you have to be able to kind of keep them on track on what the goal is here, with also making sure that they are satisfied with the ending.
Yeah. Realtors do a lot more than just buy and sell, right? You're dealing with people's emotions.
In the divorce scenario, there's a lot of different outcomes for that. I mean, one of the parties can buy the other party out.
Right.
They just passed a law in Maryland where the spouse that will retain the property, they can actually assume their mortgages in Maryland. So if you're one of the parties that got a really low interest rate, the law is on your side in that regard.
Got it.
So you can refinance, you can get cash out, you can find different ways to retain your property. You don't necessarily have to sell it and split up the assets. There are options, and those are things that you can go through. And title too, very, very instrumental in easing that transaction, trying to help smooth it over with the people involved.
Yeah. Luke, I was going to ask, how do you help provide a smooth transfer before closing so you know, check everything?
You know, I'll be working with Jess or another realtor, and I just will make sure I have a full understanding of whatever the individual or individuals are going through, whether it's a divorce or a death in the family, being able to help them walk through the settlement table and provide support for them throughout. And if you have to do like a split settlement, go close for the husband and then the wife or whatever it may be, make sure that we have all their ducks in a row before they get to settlement.
Yeah. It's nice to know there are caring teams out there because, we talked about some of these things are very emotional. Someone has died, you're getting divorced, or I was also curious in the case of debt, there's probably a lot of common pitfalls with that. And I'm assuming a really good realtor can help avoid some of those common pitfalls.
Yeah, I mean, the reason behind somebody needing to sell because of debt, I mean, maybe they're behind on their payment and they realize maybe they can't handle the payment due to life changes, a job transition, loss of a job. So it all ties into, you know, big pivotal moments that people experience in everyday life.
Yeah, a lot of people end up not selling their home when that is actually the best thing for them to do. Sell your property, walk away with whatever equity you have in that home. You know, I know ego gets involved, etc., but you know, somebody to consult with and walk you through what that would look like and share with you what your net proceeds would be compared to trying to retain it, or sometimes refinancing and rolling stuff in can help, but oftentimes it delays the inevitable.
Yeah,
so,
education's huge because we're not the experts, you guys are, and that's where you come in.
Try.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you all for being here. This was really great conversation. We want to take another look at the deal of the day. Here, for more, the number to call is 833-MTG-LINK, or you can visit themortgagelink.com. And you can also scan the QR code on your screen right now to see the value of your property. And also be sure you follow the Real Estate Top Performers on YouTube to get more advice on buying and selling a home in today's market.